Spring 2025 is probably one of the most underrated seasons of all time because there were a lot of banger fights that didn't get the attention they needed. But don't worry, that's what I'm here for, presenting the best fights of Spring 2025. The second Onimaru vs Yaiba fight in Yaiba Samurai Legend was straight up fire. Easily one of Spring 2025's best. Picture this, Tokyo skyline as their playground with these two samurai dudes clashing swords like it's a dance-off on steroids. The animation, mwah! Fluid, colourful, and those impact frames hit like a truck. I was glued on the screen when Yaiba pulled off that wild spin move, dodging Onimaru's lightning-charged blade. The music slapped too, with an epic insert song hyping every swing. It wasn't just flashy, the fight showed Yaiba's growth, pushing his skills to match Onimaru's demon energy. That moment when they locked eyes mid-air, oh, chills, man. This fight was a roller coaster of heart-pounding action and pure samurai soul. Next up is a fight that looks like it belongs in a one-man army video, and it's Dante versus the mercenaries in Devil May Cry. If you played the games, you already know how strong Dante is, but I think the anime made Dante even more OP. After dodging about 10,000 bullets in a single minute to just toying around with all the mercenaries, Dante proved he was your average white-haired anime character. It didn't even matter who he was up against. Our boy was just having fun while giving people serious brain damage. He even had time to make a "your mom" joke, plus the soundtrack made the beatdown so much better. The animation had that western touch to it, which you commonly see in shows like Castlevania, and I think it fits Devil May Cry perfectly compared to if it were made in the Japanese style. Speaking of Japanese, let's travel back to the land of the rising sun with Windbreaker Season 2 as Boforin fights Keel. To be honest, this is my personal opinion, but this is what I think Tokyo Revengers could have been. The fights in Windbreaker are honestly amazing to watch, especially since they have decent animation that can match the intensity of a battle. Of course, Keel plays dirty, but Bofurin just uses brute force and some good old hands to outmatch them. Seeing the backup arrive was so satisfying too. Keel just got completely obliterated. Not to mention, we also got to witness a legendary 1v1 between Kaji and Keel's leader. It was bloody, and it was without a doubt very exciting. And if you've read the manga, you know this is just the appetizer before the main course. Moving on, we have Shinra versus Captain Burns in Fire Force Season 3. If you've watched the series, then you know just how deep in trouble Shinra is, because Captain Burns was one of the strongest characters in the show. But my man Shinra didn't give up and kicked Burns so hard that even Joker was shocked. And that's when you know things become serious, because Joker is rarely surprised. Shinra accelerated so much that he started shooting out blue flames, forced Burns to use Voltage Nova Stage 5, broke Burns' armor again, and knocked Burns off his feet, getting himself the dub. Some might say the animation wasn't as good as season 1 or 2, but it was still pure eye candy. From the red and blue shades clashing to the impact frames when Shinra finally manages to beat Burns, it was peak. Next, we're going to one of the most insane group fights this season with the Team Lazarus chase scene from Lazarus the Anime. The guards didn't stand a chance against Lazarus' team. It looked like a bunch of NPCs fighting against professional killers trained by John Wick himself, plus a blonde guy who dressed up as a girl. And don't get me started on the part where Lazarus starts chasing their targets in the sky while hanging from an unmanned drone and then proceeds to shoot it down with one bullet. One of their targets couldn't even believe his eyes, and I mean, he's kind of right. Anyway, I can summarize this entire fight in 3 words, and it's action, action, action. You gotta watch this one. Ever had an anime moment that gave you the chills? That second when Goku powers up or Tanjiro draws his blade and you think, I need to capture this feeling forever. That's been my obsession, and I found the ultimate way to do it. Let me introduce you to the anime merch, a collector's paradise. We're talking insanely detailed figurines, LED lamps that set the perfect vibe, and shadow light boxes so immersive you'll feel like you're inside the anime. I just unboxed their Naruto figurine and my collection will never be the same. They've got everything. Naruto's Rasengan mid-action, Bleach battles frozen in time, Demon Slayer moments that'll have your friends asking, where did you get this? Even solo leveling before the hype explodes. Imagine this, midnight, your room, dark, except for the glow of Sasuke and Itachi's lightbox, shadows dancing on the walls. Or a Goku LED that pulses with energy, making your friends lose their minds. No cheap knockoffs, just collector-worthy pieces that belong in an art gallery. Use code VINNY for 10% off your first haul. But hurry, the best pieces vanish fast. Your anime shrine isn't complete until you check out theanimemerch.com. Links in the description. Coming up is a battle from an anime that's currently considered the series with the best animation this season, and it's new versus old Ys Soul in To Be Hero X. The new Ys Soul, Yang Cheng, couldn't do anything to the original Ys Soul purely because of the difference when it comes to their equipment. But things slowly changed as old Ys Soul's fans started switching sides, and that's when the true battle began. The switch from 3D animation to 2D, the lighting effects, and the music made everything so badass and sentimental. The final clash between these two powerhouses was legendary and cemented the fight as one of the best this season. What's even more interesting is that we don't know who survived. We were left with a complete cliffhanger. From one AMV-worthy battle to another, we're going to be talking about Xiaoju versus Mushan in Super Q. Now, I don't know what they're feeding these Chinese animators, but keep letting them cook with these bangers. You don't even need context for this one, you just have to watch it. Xiaoju was getting beaten up by Mushan, but he used his environment to his advantage perfectly. Everything from the dust, the poles, and the concrete just to get that edge. Bro even spat on his palm before landing a nasty punch that made Mushan partly bald. And again, why is the animation so good? The choreography is so fluid and the effects god tier. It was like I was watching the reincarnation of One Punch Man Season 1. Was this the series the anime gods decided to bless this spring? Trump might hate China, but they sure do animate mind-blowing fights in their anime. Feng Man's spirit beast was a giant white snake, while Lian Su didn't cut any corners and brought out his pet dog and a cactus. But what you won't expect is that these two can pull off some insane moves. They tag teamed that snake like it was just another Tuesday. The cactus even wrapped it BDSM style while the dog used its ultimate move, P-Cannon, and hit it directly in the face. The fight seemed so random but so well done at the same time. The animation was god tier as well, which is becoming more and more common with shows from China. I'm just a bit sad that the cactus got fried.
那我先告辞了。
And I think you were waiting for this last one because it's none other than Kizaru versus Luffy from One Piece. I know, Toei does not miss. It's more goofy than badass, but seeing Gear 5 Luffy take on an admiral made out of literal light was a sight to see. Kizaru didn't need to be so badass when he used Sacred Jewel while floating 1 meter above the ocean, and the part where he finally bashes Kizaru's head out was so satisfying. I'd like to think if it was just two chill guys doing their best to beat each other to a pulp. As always, Toei's animation was insane, and the new Egghead art style matched the battle's atmosphere perfectly. It was a 10 out of 10 no matter where you looked at it. And there you have it. Which do you think was the best? Or were there other fights that you wanted to see on this list? Well, let us know in the comments below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.